Am I the butthole for being angry that my roommate was sleeping under my bed for months without telling me?
Okay, Count Dracula. God dog, Dracula's lair. Dude, again, and people see stuff like that. People wonder why. Why did I get hit in the head with a baseball bat? Why did I get pistol whipped? Why did I get shot? Why did my eye get blackened? Why did my eye get blackened? Because you're doing stuff like that at an older age. You're not a kid. So I'm automatically thinking intruder. That's by the title. Well, come on, let's get into it. This is crazy. Y'all be out here so insane, and people wonder why. Why did I get beat up?
I have lived with my roommate Carl for years. A few months into rooming with him, he told me he was a pansexual. I said, okay, cool.
What is that?
I don't really know.
Like skillets or something?
Hold on. I think they are connected to the brain, like your intellect.
Because if it's skillet cookies,
Oh, no.
I'm a pansexual.
Is sexually or romantically attracted to people regardless of their sex or gender.
I don't even know what that means.
I
That must be 2025. I was born in the 1900s.
Justin, all right.
Straight over my head. I'm thinking they say pan. I'm thinking like you like stuff like I'm a pansexual. I'm thinking they talk about stuff cooked out the skillet. What's green? Pansexual. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know none of these terms. So in my head, I'm thinking skillet, cookies, and hamburgers. All them in the pan, and I'm with it. But anyway, I don't know what he's talking about.
I have lived with my roommate Carl.
I'm so old, y'all. I'm 35, and when I came up, it was two sexuals. Now you got all these. I don't know all this variety. It just goes thing got the thing, got the thing. It's every year. I can't keep up with all that stuff.
All right, we got.
Brother said I'm a pan. Who tell you that the first day? That's why I'm so glad. Again, I know I was born in the right time because I'm so glad I ain't got to be no roommate with nobody today. Because pain, I don't even, if I got to look it up, it's too much for me. It's too much for me.
Oh man,
God knows, pansexuals.
You is on it tonight, and I mean on it.
I'm trying to get sleepy, so I just start getting funny.
You delusional is what you are.
Brother said pansexual.
All right, I have lived with my roommate Carl for years.
Mm-hmm.
A few months into rooming with him, he told me he was a pansexual. I said, okay, cool. I'm not interested in that personal information, nor am I judgmental. I just said, all right. A few times over the last year, he asked me if I had ever considered experimenting with other men. I said, nope. Also, I said I didn't feel comfortable with him asking me such a personal question. It's not like we were close friends. We are only roommates by happenstance, basically. Anyways, every time I said this, he basically said, we'll see. I was like, what? Anyways, last night I had a horrifying experience. I heard a noise under my bed. It was movement. At first I thought I was imagining things, but then I heard it again. I thought, oh God, is it a mouse or a rat or something? My God. This was like 3 a.m., so I got out of bed and looked under with my phone flashlight. He's brave. I wouldn't. I'm not looking under the bed with a flashlight. Okay. Now this here was the most startling moment of my life. I guess I'm lucky because I have never before this moment felt true terror and fear as a physical sensation. But I was completely jolted that under my bed was my roommate staring wide-eyed at me. And I screeched when I looked under the bed. I literally thought I was having a heart attack. I then just started hearing, sorry. My roommate crawled from under the bed, crying, apologizing over and over. I was so creeped out and afraid that I ran out of the apartment in my pajamas. There was a Dunkin' Donut that was open 24/7 a few blocks away. So I just sat in there with a decaf and a breakfast sandwich with my heart thundering away. My roommate kept texting me asking me to talk. I ignored it. In the text, he found a way of horrifying me even further. He confessed he had been sleeping under my bed a few nights a week for 3 or 4 months, and that he was doing it to get closer to me and physically saturate.
I knew that would come.
He did that to get closer to me and physically saturate each other.
What?
I'm not going to say what he said next, but he said I waited for him to go to work and I ran into the apartment, got my essentials, and left. I'm currently crashing with a buddy. Our lease is up in 1 month. My intention is to simply not renew. This dude is blowing up my phone, and I'm getting texts from other people, some friends of mine, and some bozos who are friends with him. He is going around telling people I shamed him and that I'm rejecting his apologies. Some people are claiming I am overreacting and invalidated his feelings. Most people agree he was improper, but think I should work it out with him and give him a second chance because he's sensitive. I feel like I'm losing my mind, and I'm seriously 20% convinced I'm experiencing a long lucid dream of some sort and wondering if I'm going to wake up in a coma or something because this is so insane to me. Like, not really, but maybe really. I mean, what in the world? So, am I the butthole or is everyone around me a nut?
No, you might have PTSD being all serious and so that's a man or a woman.
24 mil.
Yeah.
It's two men.
I would have took that. I would have took a baseball bat and like a pool stick when he was up under his house over. I would have shot down the hole. I would have took it off the tips of my hand, just right in the forehead. That's one. Before that, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, and I have uh a friend. I still consider him a friend. You know, we had difference of opinion, but this is why you always should judge. You gotta judge for what they believe in. Because when you didn't know what pansexual was, you didn't know what you was getting into talking about. Oh, don't matter me. I'm cool with it. I don't judge, man. I'm cool with it, bro.
Especially when he said, "We'll see."
And
he
right.
I think the fact that he kept on asking and his only response was, "We'll see," that would have creeped me out.
Bro wanted that bed doing all kind of stuff. And the only reason that you find out because his sleep apnea kicked in. He probably got too hot and he had to call. Because bro, you sleeping like Dracula. What kind of bed do you have? Because if you can slide up under that giant, you can slide up under that giant.
And the fact that you looking at me, looking at you, looking at me, no, sir.
Like I said, I keep a baseball bat. I would take that
he's
sucker.
better than me because I didn't sleep in my room when I lived in Starkville for like 2 weeks because I saw a roach. Okay, this was just a singular roach. Had I heard something going pit pat in the middle of the night, there's no way you would have paid me money to go back into that to look. I would have politely got my pillow, got my blanket, and walked out like I didn't even hear it because I'm not looking. I watch too many movies.
Yeah,
I'm not looking under.
Yeah, I was still like when I was growing up, you know what I'm saying. I was still with my mom, and so I watched a bunch of Lifetime movies with her.
Right.
And I still, when I go to the gas station at night, look in the back seat.
Right.
Make sure about it.
Exactly.
But go back to the beginning.
So he's brave for even looking under the bed because I would not have looked. I would have. See, here's the thing. He would have got caught up. Because if it were me and I heard something up under my bed, I would immediately got up and went to my roommate and been like, "Hey, do you hear something?" And when the roommate wasn't there, I'd been like, "Oh."
You would have shut down and seen them little feet.
Right. I'm like, "Oh no!" And then I'm gone. 1 month. I don't have to stay in there for 1 month. I can go find somewhere else.
Said 3 in the morning. Bro had to call. But go back to the beginning of the thing. He said he didn't judge and whatnot.
Yeah, he said I'm not interested in that personal information, nor am I judgmental. I said, all right.
Right. See, that's a step 2. I knew it was something I meant. You need to be interested in that information. Because that information would save you from getting up at Dunkin' Donuts at 3 in the morning. If you was interested in that information. See, sometimes we look over stuff because we just need somewhere to sleep. You need to be interested. What is pansexual?
Yeah, you gotta know.
What do you want? Why are you telling me we gonna see? See, it's certain people that's said.
You don't have to judge. You don't necessarily have to judge, but you do need to inquire.
Right. It's certain people that's told me stuff like we gonna see, and I am out here say we ain't gonna see because I ain't gonna be here.
Right. I don't even have to say what does that mean.
That's like if I was playing basketball, right, and somebody said, "Don't worry about it. I'm finna go to the car." I'm damn worried about it. I'm actually not gonna be. I'm actually not going to be here when you get back.
Right.
So people say like, I'm not worried about the information. I'm worried about every piece of information you tell me because you could have said yourself, like I said, you wouldn't been at Dunkin' Donuts at 3 in the morning with a decal coffee trying to wake up.
What kind of trauma response? Me? That's me. I would find the nearest restaurant and just ate and been like, Lord, this can't be for real.
I'm telling you, the way that I wake up, and y'all, I know y'all probably think I'm funny. I literally do keep a baseball bat. It's one thing I keep. And I would have taken it like a pool stick and hit him square in the forehead between the eyes. Because I said, ah! That would have been the first one. And then he would have scrambled, because you got, as human nature, you going to come out, And I was like, man, what you doing, dude? And then we would have went. It probably went verbal exchange, but he would have went like Scarlett's letter the next day. It would have been a big night on his head because. And to be real, you talk about the 1 month. I probably wouldn't have moved out because I'm not gonna back down from you. And then the second thing on top of that, I would start locking my door. But the second thing on top of that is, I actually would have probably tricked you into like, oh yeah, man, that's cool, hey, it's fine. But just know everybody gonna know that you are in this joint at 3 a.m, and we don't know. I know he probably want to say it in his story. What are you doing up under this bed? I'm moving.
I think no, I would have to leave, and here's why. Because now that I know he has access to my room, and it's kind of like if somebody like stole your car and you got it back. We just talked about this in another video. It's like now that somebody has like been in that space and wasn't invited into it, it feels tainted, and I don't feel safe in there anymore. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not staying. And plus, this person is so, I'm gonna say crazy because that's insane.
Well, Jeffrey Dahmer,
he's a little crazy. If he's willing to do that, there's no telling what else he would be willing to do.
But that's why you gotta see.
So now this is a safety concern. Yeah. So instead of staying there and trying to stand my ground, I would and I know like men are different, but I personally, I would just much rather. I've moved apartments for less.
See, that's what's wrong with y'all today.
I have moved apartments for less.
2025, we so soft.
I'm not saying.
We so soft.
I'm grown. I'm not saying because I don't have to.
Listen,
I don't have to.
You ain't heard what I said. We so soft. And this goes back to story 2. When you put hands on people learn. See, everybody, we done got so non-violent. It's so non-violent. No,
because you go in
please call them. Because when they come up and I tell them why I'm laying hands on you, they're probably going to say, oh, that's fine. I completely understand.
I'm just gonna leave because now this one I don't want anything to do with you. I don't want to see you. I don't want to look at you. I don't want any dealings with you. I just want to go and forget this ever happened. And I'm blocking all the people that if y'all want to side with him, fine. You can side with him. Y'all go live with him. Why are you telling me to stay? You go stay with them.
I've heard people say
y'all live in when you catch him up under your bed, sensationalizing physically. Then you tell me how you feel at 3 o'clock in the morning. I've heard people say this,
but like I said, at the end of the day,
you're sensitive doesn't invalidate how I feel. You can feel how you want to feel and say like, "Oh, I'm sorry." Okay, I appreciate that you're sorry, but now that line has been crossed, I can no longer live with you. I don't care what you say. I don't care how many times you cry. I'm not. I
completely understand
and that is my choice. And like I said, anybody who sides with him, y'all go live with him.
And that's what you. I agree with because that's what you believe in, and I respect that. I also believe in going out with a bang. So before I leave, I want you to know not to try this on nobody else. And I'm calling the law because you crazy.
Here's some comments. Dude is not mentally stable, and you need to get out of there. Sounds like he'd end up wearing your skin or something to physically saturate with you. Edit, this has become my most upvoted comment ever, and I'm not sure how to feel about that.
I don't even know what saturate means.
I don't want to look that up. Another comment, yes, you did shame him. Yes, you rejected his apologies. Why? Because he crossed so many boundaries of common decency, privacy, and basic human respect. This is the behavior of a predator, a stalker. This is the behavior a predator, a stalker would do. Whatever trust you had with Carl has been broken, shattered into 1,000 pieces, not the butthole.
I would also say too, like I'm impressed, like and this ain't. I'm siding with the guy because I do agree with
Carl?
The person that posted it.
Oh yeah. OP. No, that's not Carl. That's not Carl.
But I was gonna say, I'm just impressed, honestly, because every story has an impressive moment. Just about, I'm impressed that either you got a dope bed or he's skinny. So
yeah, what kind of?
I don't know. I'm impressed. Either way, I just slid up under them.
I just like.
Did you get your reel removed or something?
So you just. Like, are you just like
right? Are you
like pancaking?
Me seeing you at 12 at night doing this?
Are you laying like this and just like looking at him like, yeah, he's moving? I don't know.
Me at 12 at night seeing you do this in the night. Like you doing the limbo to get up under it. It's crazy. And I know. Ooh, I know he talking about he want to saturate with him. Man,
I don't know.
They were 20 something.
I don't know what that means.
I'm saying they 20 something.
Oh, let me see. They are 24. Yeah.
Cuz must be all right. So
he's known him for 2 years.
Yeah, he knew he was. Come on.
So he was probably that one person that was like, yeah, I'll give him a chance.
Man, he probably passed gas. all kinds of stuff through the night. You talk about saturated with it. He like, and then turn over. You up there, ooh, I like that. Come on now.
Yeah, that's
Come on now.
Get out of there. Your lease is
Yeah.
up in 1 month. I would say move. Just save yourself the trouble. And like I said, anybody who doesn't agree with your decision to protect yourself,
Man,
just cut
anybody
them
you know
off.
2 years, you knew what it was.
Just cut them
You
off.
knew what it was before that. So I can side with you, but I ain't gonna feel sorry for you. It ain't too many people in 2 years I don't know that well. Like in 2 years, bro made moves on you and you looked over. That's why you talking about I don't matter because no.
It matters. It matters.